Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. We're going to talk about Reddit. Geeky Sparkles sitting this video out. She doesn't really care about Reddit. Does anybody care about Reddit? Reddit is a site that was once great that has been overrun with a bunch of crazy activists. And there's a lot of drama going on, and it's definitely, I believe, hitting them in the financials. Their stock has been dropping. It's actually dropped down to $115 now. It crashed 40% since February. And we're going to take a look at that. We're going to talk about the Reddit crackdown, that they've been cracking down on people upvoting or posting the fetishization, can I say fetishization? Fetishization of violence against Elon Musk and or Donald Trump. Now, the good news for Trump supporters is that Trump is taking a back seat to Elon Musk. Like, I've seen some crazy stuff going on online. I've seen weirdos running up to cyber trucks and punching them. Like, what are you doing? I've seen people keying cyber trucks because that's going to show them, especially since Teslas have cameras all over them. That's going to show them. But people very unhappy with Musk. And I got to tell you, there's a definite connection between Reddit, far left activism, and I believe the federal government. All these things are interconnected. What was shocking for me, and look, I started on Reddit years ago when it was basically just tech questions and memes, right? That's what it was. And you could get an answer to pretty much anything on Reddit. And it was great. And in fact, I think I still have my Reddit Gold subscription. I just never turned it off from like 2009. I need to do that. I need to cut them off because it's not a good site. But yeah, during the Doge purge, there were a lot of federal employees on the subreddits over there calling for fantasizing about harm coming to Musk and Doge. And apparently the pop culture subreddit got shut down. I think it's back online now. So that was the whole thing. And these people are just unhinged. Reddit has seriously become a cesspool. And the thing that is terrible, really terrible about it is the amount of influence that Reddit has on the internet. This is kind of a follow-up, I guess, to the Google AI video I did a couple of days ago, where Gemini is actually pulling from Reddit. It's being trained from Reddit. There's a deal between Google and Reddit. And that's not good because these people are crazy. There's lots of information that's obviously not factual or fake or whatever. And yeah, I mean, it's getting the attention of Business Insider now too. And I think people might be pulling out. I mean, this is not a safe bet. There are definitely going to have to be some safeguards, I think, put in place on Reddit. It is actually, I would say Reddit is worse than Blue Sky at this point. Yeah, because Blue Sky, I mean, they're fantasizing about violence or whatever, but they're not posting some of the pictures, which I can't even show you. I don't even think I can show you these on YouTube. But, you know, we had like a picture of, I saw bumper stickers with Musk and the crosshairs and all this stuff. Like, I mean, these people are just really unhinged, really not in a good place mentally. And it's so weird because I thought since we'd lived through 4 years of Trump before, that this time would be a little bit different, that people would just chill out. And they have, like I said, in some ways, they've moved on from Trump to Musk. They're like, no, Trump is the apprentice. Musk is the real villain. So it's like, we're going to talk about this. We're going to try to make sense of it. Before you do any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. If you are not getting notifications, go out to clownshishtv.substack.com. I have to put links up to yesterday's videos yet. I haven't had a chance to do that, but you will get an email notification when we upload a new video so you don't miss any content. If you're upset you're missing content, I don't know who would be upset that they're missing our videos, but I appreciate it if you are. So check that out, clownshishtv.substack.com. Yeah, Reddit stock in the gutter. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to talk about the users going insane. So yeah, apparently Reddit stock closed at a rough $133 on March 7th. That was coming from, I think, Pirate Nation. Reddit stock has collapsed. It's lower than that now. In February, it was $225. So they said it's quite the stumble for Reddit, the platform that's thrived on endless engagement and meme magic, even with strong numbers. Their Q4 2024 reporting showed 101.7 million daily active users, up 39% from last year. Where are all these people coming from? Like, Reddit's been around for years. Where are all these people coming from? Are they being funneled in? Are they being channeled in? Are they disgruntled activists? Is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, Reddit is definitely an activist platform. And I think it's worse than Blue Sky because it's got more credibility than Blue Sky. Wall Street wasn't impressed. Analysts expected a better number, around 103.8 million, according to Investopedia. Well, yeah, they're chasing people off because they're crazy. Missing those targets even slightly can spook investors. That is true. Look at what's going on with streaming right now. Even though your numbers are good, if they're not phenomenal, then your stock takes a hit because, you know, you didn't hit the ceiling on what the investors thought. And these companies are all, and that's the thing with Reddit going public, like they cannot afford this. Just like Twitch, they can't afford to have people like Hassan out there calling for death on people. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, are there people that are disgruntled? Yeah, I get it. But trust me, if it was on the other side, it'd be like, oh my God, guys, they're taking over. It's an insurrection. It's an online insurrection. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. People should not be wishing for harm, wishing for violence, fantasizing about violence against people, regardless of the political hows and whys. It should be completely unacceptable. I mean, even in the most wild west of forums, there needs to be a hard rule against calling for violence or plotting violence against people. Like, you can call people all kinds of names, you can call whatever, but like, if you're actively wishing for harm against them or trying to facilitate harm in any way, you need to go. You need to go. And I think Asmongold put a video out. Somebody told me that he was calling, or he said that he thought this would lead to some kind of an online real ID, which is a scary thought. I mean, it really is. That's been kicked around for a while, that, you know, we're all going to get the mark of the beast, right, to be able to do anything online, but we're getting there. And part of the reason we're getting there is because these people are crazy and we need to keep track of them. So good luck with that. Yeah. So Reddit's IPO on the Rocky Road to public trading. They debuted on the stock market last year at $34 a share. And they're talking about how Reddit struggled to monetize effectively despite its user base. Yeah, because these people don't like to buy things. And advertisers figured that out. Right? These people don't buy anything. They just use free platforms and they shit them up. And then they move on to the next free platform. They were pissed. They were pissed when Reddit's like, we got charged for our API, guys, because we have to, because we're going to go out of business if we don't. And they got mad about that. Who the hell would pay for Reddit? That's like paying for Twitter. That's like Elon Musk and he's a Nazi. You know what I'm saying? It's so ridiculous. So yeah, they said Reddit stock plunge comes from a few issues. Google tweaked its search algorithms, could be cutting into their traffic. Actually, no, I disagree with that. I think that Google, people are getting these AI snippets, but those AI snippets are being sourced from Reddit. But to be honest, I don't know if people are actually going to Reddit, just like every other website. So people look at the snippet, they get the answer they want, even if it's incorrect, because Google Gemini is awful. I mean, people were showing me some of the results from Gemini yesterday, actually on X, and how ridiculous the answers were, and clearly not factual, clearly biased. And people are going to be running with it because that's, you know, how Google rolls now. And eventually they're going to make your whole first page of results just all AI snippets. So maybe it is true. Maybe it is true that they're not actually going to Reddit. They're just like, oh, Reddit says or whatever. That people aren't even looking at where it's coming from either. That's what's so hysterical about the AI snippets. Like, they get their answer and they have a link out. You can go verify the information. But I've seen Gemini pull from obvious troll posts and it's cited as fact because it comes from Reddit. So they had the 2023 blackout. And yeah, people were over it. But I think this is actually a big part of it. The political freak out right now and the calls for actual violence against people, particularly Elon Musk. So this comes from Business Insider. Reddit's going to warn users about upvoting content that violates site rules. Reddit has one of the fastest growing user bases on social media sites. Yeah, but they missed the mark. Tensions rose recently on Reddit over the criticism of Elon Musk's and posts, I'm sure, positively about Luigi Mangione. Reddit's user base is growing, still being hailed as one of the last truly social places online. Still with growth comes volatility. And Reddit is now cracking down on users who interact with content that violates the site's rules. Just come out and say it, Reddit. You are crawling with activists, far left activists, and they're posting and upvoting content that's wishing for death and harm on people that don't align with their political views. You could say it, but that's not, like, Reddit can't come out and say that. Like, hey guys, could you stop posting memes about Elon Musk? And, you know, in a post Wednesday, the site's administrator said that Reddit users who upvote several pieces of content banned for violating our policies within a short period will receive a warning. So this is an ongoing issue, guys. Reddit said it made the change because the site relies on engaged users to downvote bad content and report potentially violative content. So they're gaming the algorithm. Oh, put a picture up with, you know, Elon Musk in the crosshairs, and then we're going to have a bunch of us, probably with sock puppets, upvote it so it trends. Upvoting bad or violating content interferes with the system. The company says the policy is currently limited to a warning, but is considering adding additional actions down the road. So is that what Asmongold was talking about? That you might have to verify your identity. I mean, people get pissed about X and the check mark and all that, but at least you know there's a human connected to that account, right? As far as I know. I mean, can you gain? I don't know, but I know, like, to get my blue check, I had to give them my driver's license and stuff. So I'm assuming this is how they find out that, you know, this is actually a real person. Voting comes with responsibility, the post says. This will have no impact on the vast majority of users, as most already downvote report abusive content. Yeah, there's a lot of Karens on Reddit, so I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. One Reddit user said in a post on Friday that Reddit's description of violent content in the new policy seemed too broad. What if I strongly dislike a fictional character from a television show or video game and want to express that in a hyperbolic way? Now we have to dance around what we say and be paranoid that we'll be banned. No, you know why they put the ban in place, because you're fetishizing violence against political figures you disagree with, or celebrities, or whatever. Reddit does have broad rules for violent content. The site's policy says users can post violent content if it's educational, newsworthy, artistic, satire, documentary, etc. Well, they'll say it's satire. It's satire that we want certain people to get unalived. Last month, Reddit temporarily shut down the popular community White People Twitter after several users made threatening comments against Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency. Yeah, it was bad. I mean, it was bad when he was cutting, especially the IRS. I was watching it go down, not in the White People Twitter, but in the government, the Fed, like Fed News, or I forget what it's called. But they were losing their shit. Like, they were just, and these are probably the people that are out there punching cyber trucks, because, you know, again, that's going to do a lot of good. Tension between Reddit users and Musk grew in January after the moderators of over 100 subreddits moved to ban links to X following his speech, the inauguration, where he made a gesture that some interpreted as a fascist salute. And we know that was not the case, because we saw several other people giving the exact same salute at different events over the years, many of them on the left, and he was not giving a Nazi salute. Reddit told Business Insider at the time of the temporary ban that once its community is used for civil discussion and one of the few places online where people can exchange ideas and perspectives. Bullshit on that. Reddit is the most ridiculous place. You can get banned for anything on Reddit. We want to ensure that they continue to be a place for healthy debate, no matter the topic, the company said in the statement. Debate and dissent are not welcome on Reddit. Threats and doxing are not. Yeah, but they'll turn a blind eye to some of this stuff. I mean, they will. Reddit's content moderation system has not been without flaws. Reddit moderators said this week that the system flags the name Luigi for violent content, even when it's used in non-violent contexts. On Thursday, moderators for the subreddit pop culture said they were forced to shut the forum down due to censorship from Reddit's moderators moderation system, right? So this is what was going on. Basically, people were upvoting an article from the Guardian newspaper. They said it was inciting violence and cause for permanent suspension. 14,000 people who upvoted that post probably got suspended or warned. This also, the sub has been placed in a restricted mode because apparently there are too many calls for violence. I'd like to let you guys all know that now apparently saying Luigi is against the rules, even though they never told us. All comments with the word Luigi get flagged as possibly inciting violence. So you could pay to host your own forums and run them however the hell you want to. You could do that. But a lot of these activists they just want a warm seat. They just want a platform that's already built. They want to just kind of scoot on over into that platform. And that's why, in my opinion, all these free platforms blow up mostly with activists. And it's usually far left activists because they don't want to pay for shit. That's the truth. And that's what happened with Twitter. That's what happened with Tumblr. That's what happened with LiveJournal before that. LiveJournal, remember LiveJournal? And that's what's going on right now at Reddit. Right? So I think their stock is going to completely drop off a freaking cliff because, I mean, where's the path forward? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like from a business perspective, where is the path forward for Reddit? You've got a lot of problems, right? You've got a lot of activists that don't want to buy anything. So the advertisers aren't going to advertise. They're not going to pay you to be on Reddit. By the way, Reddit, I've been paying you since like 2008, 2009. I think I need to remedy that, but I just keep forgetting about it. It's only like $5 a month or something. So how are you going to monetize this platform? It's a hellhole. It's a cesspool. It's getting worse in this political climate. And if you chase these people off, you've got nobody left because all the other people that might be centrist or right-leaning, they probably are still on X or they went to Facebook or something. Right? So you're catering to the crowd that hates money and hates the government and is very unpleasant. Who would want to sign up for Reddit? Who would even want to dip a toe into that situation? Like I said, the only reason I'm on there is because I've been on there for years before these people came on because I was asking tech questions and shit. And we talked about computer stuff. That's what we did. I used to work for a software company. That's what we did on Reddit. And then it went to shit. Like, who's going to pay for this? Who's going to pay for this shit? Seriously. So, yeah, I expect their stock to just keep on dropping. I mean, with every controversy they have, let's hit refresh here. Oh, went up a little bit. But I think it's not going to go well for them. I really don't think it's going to go well for them. They're going to have to pivot their business model. And it's probably going to wind up looking a lot like X. I think all social media platforms at the end of it are going to wind up looking like X, where it's not pay to win. It's pay to play. Like if you want the right to post on this platform, you're going to have to pay something. And that's how you separate the wheat from the chaff, as they say. That's how you separate people that are serious. If you're really serious about using Reddit, you're going to pay $5 or $10 a month to use Reddit. And that way we know who you are. We know you're a real person, and it's going to eliminate a lot of the problems, I think. Because these free accounts, or it might be like you're not allowed to upvote, downvote unless you pay. I can see them doing that too. And that seems to be where they're going, because they're basically like, you're gaming the system with the upvotes and the downvotes. If you have to pay $5 or $10 a month for voting privileges, I think that's fair. I've seen a lot of websites now, a lot of news sites now. It just dropped again, 113. Wow. Okay. So I think that it's kind of smart. I've seen some news sites basically paywall the comment section. Like, you're allowed to comment if you're a Plus member or whatever. You're allowed to comment, view the comments, whatever. But unless you're serious, unless you're paying, like, you're not our customer. You're just some sad sack on the internet vomiting their opinions on our website. And, you know, it's not even worth it anymore. It used to be worth it to let people troll your website or get into it in the comment section because you got more page views and you got more ad revenue. But that's over. Like, that whole ad-supported model for websites, it is over. Everybody's going behind a paywall because they have to survive. And I think Reddit is going to wind up, they're going to have to do the same thing. I don't think they're going to have a choice, especially especially with this. This isn't good, guys. This is yeah, good luck with that. I'm gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.